I'm Darren Freak, I'm the Manager of Youth and Neighbourhood Services with Salisbury Council and oversee the 6 neighbourhood houses and the Youth Enterprise Centre. There's some simple things volunteers can do in the workplace, from keeping valuables hidden, volunteers that might be handling money, if they're receiving money at the front desk as it's been received, to put it away straight away. We often have times where volunteers might be the only person in the centre or the only person at the front of the centre while the class is happening at the back of the house.
Yeah, I did.
And for safety they may actually lock the door.
I did. Yeah, it was terrible.
Hey, what's he doing?
I'm fine. I actually bought a new dress for next weekend.
Being aware of surroundings is important. To be aware of who's coming and going and where people are in the centre. All of the centres are an opportunity. People wander in and want to use the toilets, which is fine, but to be aware of, I'm sure someone came in for the toilet a while ago, I don't think they've left yet. And those sorts of things, being aware of who's in the building, where they are, what they're doing.
My name's Robert Sandy and I'm one of the security officers that work for Salisbury Council. It starts with the initial design of the customer service area. Things that are easy to snatch off a counter and run off with, we should keep behind the counter rather than on the public side.
If they're physically there in the space, to comply with whatever the thief asks them to do, and so they might need to hand over money or valuables or whatever, let that happen, but also be observant, get a mental description of what the person looks like. But if they get a chance to view the vehicle, if they can get a registration number or those sorts of things, and to record all that information.
And it starts on...
Hey, what's he doing?
And then once the theft is finished, if they have the chance to call the police, then they can give more detail.
I'll give you a call back in one moment. Security? Yep, I have a gentleman in the car park. He's trying to break into a car. Yep, thank you.
When a client becomes aggressive, it's always a good thing for the volunteers for themselves to stay calm, because that can help calm the whole situation. But also to listen to the person who's getting aggressive, and let them finish what they're saying, and then find points where you can agree with them and agree that it wasn't the ideal situation, or it was unfortunate things happened that way, because again that point of agreement can diffuse some of their aggression, because they feel as though they're being heard.
I need money for a bus ticket. Ladies, hello! I need money for a bus ticket.
We don't give out money.
I need to get home.
We don't give out money.
Look, I need some money, alright? Just give it to me.
This isn't a charity place, we don't give out money.
Look, you I need to get home.
Don't
give
call
me
me
some money. Give me it right now!
Sometimes it's a good way of doing it is getting someone else involved, and deferring to the centre coordinator or to the chairperson, someone whose title makes them sound as though they've got some authority. Then find ways of solving the situation, which may not be right there and then. It might be, look, we need to go back to our committee and work on a solution. Can we have your contact detail? We'll get back to you within 3 days or whatever.
Customers that tend to get a bit aggressive, genuinely trying to sort of seek some help with a problem that they've got, and they feel that they're not being helped. So it's actually not personally directed at you, it's actually directed at the organisation rather than the individual.
I need money for a bus.
Yeah, I'm sorry, we can't actually give out money.
Look, I gotta get home.
It's our policy, we don't give out any money.
I just need some money, alright?
I can give you the phone, you can give someone a call, they can come pick you up.
If you're trying to sort of understand what the customer's problem is, and try and genuinely help them out, the chances are that won't result in a violent reaction.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah? Here we are.
Generally, when a member of the public requests money for the houses, it's often not the best idea to hand out money. Sometimes, though, it's just that's too unsafe for the volunteers. When their safety is threatened, then by all means hand out money, or other valuables that are being requested. Comply with those requests, and we can always sort that out through insurance later. So it's the primary focus is the safety of the volunteers. If the customer is affected by drugs or alcohol, or perhaps even a mental illness, their behaviour can be quite unpredictable, and even to themselves. So it's really important, again, for the volunteer to think of their safety. Sure, try and deliver some good customer service, but at that point where it's unsafe, same with any threatening behaviour. Push the duress alarm, get assistance from other people in the building or the police, or council security, people who are equipped to deal with it.
I'm gonna take a piss. Yeah, get me some.
People need to be fairly vigilant. 95% of your customers are going to be very nice and friendly and they're not going to be a problem, but there is that 5% that is going to cause you some grief.
Hello, beautiful. How you doing?
Yeah, no, you're
eh?
gonna have to
Are
get
you
up.
having a good
No, I'm
day?
gonna
It's
call
nice
the
to
police.
see you. No, you're not calling the police. I'm just
And
coming
you need to be vigilant to be able to read some of their body language and behavioural issues that they may have and to act accordingly. You don't aggravate customers, and you sort of try and help them out as much as you can, but once it gets to the point where you can't handle it any further, you've got to get some help first off, as in bring the supervisor or ring the police or ring us.
But sometimes to be aware that can actually make the threatening behaviour worse. So it's for the volunteer to decide what would make them feel the safest.
G'day, beautiful. How are you doing?
I'm just going to ask you to
Yeah,
take a step
you
back from
having
the
a-
desk. Take a step back.
Now,
Have you been drinking this afternoon?
I've been
Yeah, I'm going to have
drinking
to ask
some
you to
beer,
leave. I'm going to have to ask you to leave the building.
But I came inside.
Best thing to do in these situations is to call the police. They are really the best people equipped to deal with these sorts of situations, and it's you just can't reason with someone that's under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
Call me back when you can. I've got to go.
If the offender's still on site and you're feeling unsafe at pressing the button or calling someone for help, sometimes that could aggravate the situation. So the ideal time would be to wait for the offender to leave.
So in South Australia, the emergency response for people with mental illness is actually the police, and they're very skilled at dealing with those situations, and just their presence in their car and with the uniform can change the focus and create a sense of safety for the volunteers. And I'd much prefer that the volunteers are pushing the duress alarm a little bit too much than not enough. It is really important for the volunteers to recognise when they're feeling threatened, feeling unsafe, and at that point, forget about the customer service. We want to focus on our safety first so we can deliver good community services not only today, but tomorrow as well.